Hi, how are you doing? Let me start with a personal story today. I'm Andrzej Nedoma, your certified high performance coach. I used to run businesses for 25 years as the business founder and CEO. And I had in one company, IT company, I had investors on board. It was 2016 and it was the worst moment of my professional career when in May, the investors, they kind of withdrew the promise of raising or of giving us another round of investment. And I learned about this like few days before we actually were to receive the money from investors, and few weeks, really few, like 3 or 4 weeks before we had major costs to cover to basically sponsor our pretty high growth at this moment of time. And you know, when I learned this decision from the investors, I was shocked and I was panicking at the same time. Shocked by the decision because I totally didn't expect that, and I was panicking because I said, well, we have a huge amount of costs running because we were a high growth tech company, software as a service, so growing pretty nicely, and but it costed a lot of money. It was very, let's say, capital consuming growth, because we were growing faster than we could sponsor from our own income. So this is why we need the external investment. And you know, I just found myself in this situation where we had literally few weeks to stabilize the business without external investments. Otherwise, we would be dead. And you know, very quickly we had to shake off the panic and start to act. And if you know how it finished, you know, we had to let go like 25 people the same day, which was a quarter of our staff, because we were nearly 100 people. And we had to cut lots of costs that were not absolutely important or necessary. And we had to basically change the strategy so that we became financially independent from external investment within days or little weeks, not months or years. We had very little time. But at the end, you know, a few years later, we bought those investors back. We recontrolled 100% of the business. And the following year, it was already very successful. We sold the business at much higher valuation than we bought our investors back. So it was very successful international exit. We sold it to private equity from Los Angeles. And I often get this question, how did we do it? And you know, the key was focus. It's about really engaging all your energy, time and effort toward one or two important matters as you work. And I think this is the lesson that we all should take towards every quarter of our activity. The focus, perfect focus, was the key for us to win over the dramatic situation and turn it to very positive outcome later on. The question to you today, what are you focusing on this quarter? And can you work in this also every quarter next year? What is it so important for you this quarter that you know those 1, 2, maximum 3 things are the absolute must, and you'll dedicate all your time and energy to this, and everything else is secondary?